All right, here we are in the BD garage, and we just ordered the console vault center console safe for my 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee as a Trailhawk edition, and it came in. So what you're going to see here is it's a pass-through, so when it is in place, you can still get a hold and utilize your power supplies, your power source. And because the rear is also open, the light that is in the center console of the Jeep will still illuminate. We opted for the deluxe lock, which is pretty cool. You spin that around and it's not going to open. When you have your combination dialed in right here, we have 0000 until we get it installed and we set it to the super secret code. What you do is you basically will push the button when the code is correct, push the button and turn it, and this just pops right open. So that is pretty cool. To reset it, what you do is on the opposite side of the trigger, button trigger, there's a little indent. You can use a pen, you can use a small, small flathead or Phillips screwdriver, push it in with this pushed in, and then you just dial your code and release it, and that will then set your code for this. The instructions are with the with this console vault. So what basically you're going to do is we're going to slot this in there. There are two 11mm fasteners that are going to come through from the inside, and they are self-piercing, and basically you're just going to drive them until they center out, and that's going to basically secure it in place. Now, there are people out there who go, well, that's not really going to stop a thief. Well, no safe is going to stop a determined thief. They steal your vehicle, they're going to get in. They're going to have the tools. They're going to get in. What this is going to do is this is going to stop the the smash and grabbers. Say you keep something in there, such as money, such as ID or wallet when you're whatever, or a special toy that you may need to use in a bad situation. Or say like you're where I'm at, I'm in Illinois. There are places that I go that I am not allowed to carry. So what I would normally carry will go in here. Gives me just that little extra piece of security, even though most of the time I will avoid those places. If they're placarded, I don't go there. Unless, of course, it is a restaurant or an establishment because they serve alcohol. Everything goes in here, and there we are. So let's get to installing this. Let's see how this works. All right, so we're ready to drop this puppy in here. First thing we have done is we have attached the overplate, I'm not sure what they call it. We've attached it with the two top screws, which are going to be covered up by the panel here. See if we can get this to fit in here. I'm not sure this is going to work or not, so we may have to drop it and then assemble it, but we're going to try. And no, it does not look like that's going to work. So we're going to pop these screws out, pop that overplate off, and we'll hopefully be able to get these screws in here. One of the guys on one of the video reviews on this while trying to put it in the Grand Cherokee stated that it was a very, very loose fit there. So it drops right in. It drops right in here, so that's a good thing. So now we're gonna looks good, drops right in. There's no problem with the fitment of the door here. So now let's try to get this. This is probably going to be the hardest part of the entire installation, is getting this guy in here. So that's a little bit of fun. Really doesn't want to go in there. All right, so we just got that to lay in there. It doesn't look like it's lining up. You know, we might not even want to do that. There's a little bit of a space gap in there, but we may not want to use this thing. So I'm going to try a different way on this. I'm wondering if maybe I scooch it back just a hair. That might actually work. This is not exactly as easy as the video I was watching made it look, nor the instructions. But let's get the code back to 0 so we can open this door. Try to move this up a little. Okay, I've kind of got it tilted a little so that I can at least start the screws. Let's see how that works out. And this is where I'm glad that I'm using my RBRT screwdriver kit as opposed to trying to use that hex key. Hex keys are always kind of awkward. Of course, then again, so is this. The one thing that the reviews were all saying was that while it was in place, this was kind of a booger to get started on the threads. And boy, whoever wrote that was not lying. Tell you what, for you young guys out there, enjoy the dexterity you have in your hands. As you get a little older, that dexterity is not exactly something that you're going to be able to count on. I'm almost tempted to just sit there and Dremel these out a little. I'm going to try a different approach here. Yeah. A few threads caught. Excellent. Now this is going to be the fun part because we're going to be working kind of blind. I wonder if I should open this up and try to go at it that way again. The unfortunate thing is I'm kind of doing this with the opposite hands. Normally I'd be coming at it from the side the camera's at, but unfortunately I really don't have that option if I want to get the sunlight the way I want it for the shot. So we're kind of just working with what we got. All right, second screw is threaded in. Let's see what we can do about this third one. Come on, catch threads, baby. All right, looks like we've caught threads on all of them. Love me some ratcheting screwdrivers, or in this case a hex driver using RBRT bits by Mac, which are nicer because they're less likely to strip. All right, we're all loose in there. We're gonna drop that. Okay, so what we've kind of figured out here is it's a hell of a lot easier to kind of set it in there and then go at it and tighten them down while it's like halfway in there. So we're going to tighten these a little more. It's going to open this puppy up, see how this okay, that might be interesting. All right, so we are seated. I don't feel anything in here that makes me go, ooh, I don't like that. I can feel the power port. I can see the light working. I can feel it in there. The one thing I don't care for is I can feel a gap underneath between the safe and the body of the center console safe, console vault. There's a gap probably about half a centimeter to a centimeter where it doesn't follow the exact on here. Maybe I can push it down a little before we tighten. And that removes more of the gap, so that's what we're going to try to do. So now we're taking our 11mm self-tapping fasteners. We're going to thread these in here. All right, they are touching. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, as our instructors in school used to say. And now we're just going to tighten these down. Now these are self-tappers, so they're actually going to punch through the inner cover, and they're going to tap into something. Now, according to the website for the console vault people, these are not going to puncture through the outside. Fingers crossed. It'd be so much easier with a power tool, but hey, tight area, don't want to do any screwing around, so we're just going to zip, 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 zip. Okay, so the driver's side is seated. Passenger side coming at it. It's kind of weird, they did not use a 10mm on this. I'm really kind of surprised at that. Thought the world lived on 10mm. It's very rare I use an 11mm on anything. I'm really kind of shocked they even had one. Probably first time I've used an 11mm in a long time. I'm sure there is an SAE equivalent, but I think these are using metric fasteners. The whatever the SAE that I tried also had a good fit, so you can use either. All depends on what's in your toolbox. Most modern guys have more metric than not, unless you're like me who has a couple Harleys. Because even then, one of my Harleys still takes metric because it's a V-rod. Alrighty, so this is seating quite nicely. Now, there's no reason to put a lot of ooga doogas on there. Hand tight snug is good. It's not like you're going to sit there and have this thing come out and actually you're snugging up against the embedded nutsert on the unit. So, okay, so that is tightened down. Alrighty, last but not least, let's get these 2.5mm hex cap screws tightened down. Got the one in the back. Once again, no need to put on ooga doogas, just, you know, enough to get you going. Now, here's where the fun part is going to be. The two on the front have this shroud, or have this cover here. It's your locking mechanism. So this one is going to be a little fun. Let's see, just by chance. No, there's not enough bite there, and there's no way we can get at it with this guy here. So I'm doing something different. Because I'm in the automotive industry, I'm going to use a bit driving ratchet. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so Went to my toolbox, grabbed the bit driving ratchet, also grabbed the lock-in flex head one because, hey, if you're gonna have tools, have all the tools. Pop the bit out of the out of the ratcheting screwdriver handle. We're gonna use our flex head here and see how that works out. Once again, you have to get your body in that position. The days of just being able to get in and get done, those days ended a long time ago, unfortunately. Now it's always a matter of what's comfortable. But this seems to be working out quite well. One is snug. The locking flex head here is nice. Try and get a little bit of pressure there. Thing I hate about hex cap screws and is they just don't, they'll strip if you look at them wrong. Okay, we're bottoming out. We are tight. We're gonna give it just one more little baby ooga dooga. You're tight. And gonna go in the back. You're tight. Alrighty. Wow. It's like I actually knew what I was doing. The only thing that's bothering me here, and I may just take a little Dremel and shave a little off of this ledge here, is the release, the lock button for the lock. Clips it a little. Not enough to piss me off. Not enough to hinder anything. It won't damage anything. But it's kind of, it's one of those little things that's going to be in the back of your head. Am I going to take care of that? Not today. Am I going to take care of it eventually? Sure. Otherwise, I like it. So the install wasn't horrible. There are a few things in there that were not exactly as easy as the instructions said, but wasn't a horrible instruction. So now I'm just going to sit there and change my combination, and it will not be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will not be 0, 0, 0, 0 like the like it comes with. But that's, you know, that's your console vault with the deluxe lock. I can deal with this. I really can. Tools used today: 11mm Mac Tools precision torque socket, a 1/4-inch ratchet, Mac Tools RBRT ratcheting bit kit with a 2.5mm RBRT hex. This guy wasn't needed. This guy was a godsend. They did include with the kit a 2.5mm Allen key. Yeah, no thank you. Right tools for the job. For me, it's Mac Tools, and I am a Mac Tools distributor. I've been in the automotive industry since 1992 in some form or another. I've been a Mac Tools distributor since 2008. So Mac Tools has the tools for the job, and if you're one of my customers, hey, see, I know how to use tools too. If you're not one of my customers and you are interested in these kits, talk to your Mac Tools distributor.